Listen, okay, if you are a gay male, you need to watch this video. If you have a friend that is a gay male, you need to send them this video because the information that I'm going to present in this video, I hope you realize that you are in danger and you just need to stop taking PrEP immediately. Now, I just want to name, if you don't know what PrEP is, obviously if you're a gay male, I'm pretty sure 90% of y'all know about PrEP. If you are a male who has went to go get tested like myself, you probably know what PrEP is. You probably have heard about it. But a lot of people don't really know that PrEP is super, super dangerous, not only to your body, but to your brain. So we got to have a conversation. So I get tested, I would say at least 3 times a year. I like to make sure, everything is good to go. I feel like your sexual health is very important. I just care about my health in general. So all aspects of my life, I'm like, boom. Okay. With that being said, every time I go to get tested, the people, because I usually go to those free clinics, and I'm like, why would I pay money to go get tested when there's mad free places? And I live in New York, so in New York there's like hella free places, right? So I go get tested, and every time I go, they're like, are you on PrEP? Would you like to sign up to use PrEP? It's free. It's free. It'll save you from getting HIV. And I'm just always like no, like I don't need PrEP. And if I feel like my lifestyle is risky, I'll either, use a condom or just refrain from sex, right? Like I don't really need to. Anyway, so I came home today and I was like, you know what? Let me do some research on what's in this PrEP, because the way they push it to you in person and on television, you see the ads, not just on television, but even on the YouTube, okay? The PrEP messaging has hit everywhere. So whenever there's a big push for something, Big Pharma is getting a coinage, and you gotta give a side eye and a double check and do your research. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about the ingredients in 2 of the most popular types of PrEP. There's different types of PrEPs, but Descovy is one of them. It's very popular, and something called Truvada. Like I told you, the purpose of this is to prevent people from catching HIV. Now let's talk about the common side effects. The common side effects are nausea, headache, diarrhea, fatigue, and abdominal pain. But the serious side effects include lactic acidosis, okay? Liver problems, kidney problems, immune reconstitution, inflammatory syndrome, fever, sweats, chills, muscle ache, swollen lymph node, vision problems, confusion, problems talking, skin problems, cough or coughing up blood, weakness or coordination problems. I mean, at that fucking point, you may as well take your risk of getting HIV. I mean, what the fuck is the point of you taking this medication to prevent you from having catching HIV when literally you're exhibiting most of the symptoms of HIV when you take the medication? It also had something about light colored or dark stools, unusual muscle pain, weakness or tiredness. And then I also saw something talking about, It also can help cause, so when I talk about Truvada, now we're going to go to Truvada. It says how Truvada has very similar side effects as Descovy, but Truvada also includes mental health challenges. So you may suffer with depression, insomnia, dizziness. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I just feel like I have so many issues with this. Number one, I know that, like I said, they actually promote this drug to you all as if, oh, we're trying to save you. We don't want you to catch HIV, and so we're really trying to help you. These are doctors who have been medical washed, who are just literally presenting whatever information that their big pharma bosses tell them to present to you. And unfortunately, most of them actually think they're doing something good for you, but the reality is it's free for you, but the government, the state government, and sometimes the federal government, they actually are giving massive amounts of payouts to these big pharma companies, right? So it's free for the consumer, but the state has to pay for it. And the more pills they put out means let's say, for example, if they give the clinic, I don't know, 200 types of medications to give out per month. And they're like, you gotta like, in order to get more money, we need to make sure that you're actually giving these out. So they're just gonna keep trying to push as many people as they can to sign up for this type of treatment. But here's the issue with this. This is not natural. You know what I mean? Anytime that you're putting something in your body, it's not natural. For me, I'm a naturalist, and I feel like one of the main purposes of you avoiding HIV is so that you don't have to depend on medications for the rest of your life. So this medication is something that you have to take every day. Okay, so most of these preps is something that you have to take every day. So I'm like, if you have to take it every day and you're getting the same side effects as HIV, to me, it just doesn't make logical sense. But my biggest issue with this is the kind of the spiritual and mental aspect of it. Because when you get reliant on drugs like this, it is you not taking accountability for your actions, right? This medication, they put you up on this medication because the assumption is you're engaging in really risky activity and meaning that you're always putting yourself at risk of having unprotected sex, meaning you are literally always having unprotected sex with strangers, or maybe you're having sex with people who have HIV, or maybe you're always going to sex clubs, or you're drinking and doing irresponsible things. But my thing is, if you're doing irresponsible things that could truly impact your life, the reasonable thing to do is to like take an assessment of your life and the decisions that you're making and be like, instead of me being dependent on a drug, maybe I need to make some lifestyle changes, right? Like if you're doing risky things, my first tip of advice is for you to actually kind of like maybe see a therapist, right? Maybe sit down in your thoughts and kind of like come up with the game plan. Like, okay, maybe I need to stop drinking because when I drink, I end up having unprotected sex and putting my life at risk, right? So maybe you need to slow down on drinking. Or maybe you have an addiction to using hookup apps, like you love the hookup apps, and so you're just putting yourself at risk. So maybe instead of being dependent on a drug, it's probably time to do some self-reflection and be like, okay, cool, I'm going to delete this app. It is serving me no purpose. It's putting my life at risk, right? I think maybe, you need to maybe start reading the Bible, going to church, like kind of like praying, if that's what you believe in. I hope that you guys believe in God, but again, that's your personal choice. But I feel like maybe you should do some things that are just more positive for yourself instead of putting your life at risk. I think celibacy, right? That's another thing. Like if you're putting your life at risk, maybe be celibate or maybe be responsible. If you're gonna have sex, I'll always ask your partners for HIV test results, and to be super safe, use a condom, right? Use a condom, ask for test results. If you don't trust the person, don't engage in the sex. That is what you should do when you're trying to ensure that you're not catching HIV/AIDS. Not taking the medication that can impact your liver and your kidneys. And we have to stop being so trusting on these scientists. Can we talk about HIV/AIDS and the creation of it? Yes, it was created because, as you know, 2 HIV negative persons cannot create HIV. We were not born with HIV. The only people that were born with HIV are the parents of those children who were the victims of the drug or this thing that was created, right? So if someone actually caught HIV after it was created, and then if that woman gave birth, then her child may catch HIV. But HIV is not a natural thing to begin with. If you do your research on it, it was something that started in a lab, and then ironically, it ended up impacting the gays of New York City. It ended up in areas where gay and black people were highly prevalent. AKA, it was planted in a certain area. As we know, historically, people have always hated gay people. People have always hated black people. So, of course, when they find something that can kill or attack said persons, they're going to plant it in those locations. So you guys have to do your research on how HIV started. It became a big deal towards the end of the 80s and the early 90s. Okay, it was also a thing in the early 2000s. But it was in specific locations. With that being said, why are you trusting the same types of people, the same scientists who created this thing to begin with, because they don't really fuck with you? So how is it logical to think that, these people care about me and my health, that's why they're giving me a drug? newsflash, these people could really care less. They have a job to do. They have to meet their pharmacy numbers. They got to get out these products to people. And some of them, like I said, some of them may have good hearts. Like maybe they run across a lot of gay men who catch HIV, you know, and I don't want to downplay HIV. It's serious, right? So like, this is not me saying, oh, you guys are horrible people because you're trying to protect yourself according to what the doctors are telling you. But I'm here to tell you, please think for yourself. Please think logically. Medicines, you never want to be dependent on medicine, ever. You never, like medicine, as you heard all those side effects, God did not create us to just be consuming so much medications. And so the fact that a lot of you are voluntarily putting your lives at risk every single day that you're taking this medication is absolutely insanity. And I also saw, I was looking at one of the side effects. It said something like if you were to stop taking the HIV medications, the PrEP medications, I want to say if you didn't take it for at least 1 year, so it said at least 12 months, if you were to stop taking it for whatever reason, it could have some type of reversal effect and you can catch hepatitis B. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? Come again? Come again. I think, and that brand, I don't think it was the Scovy, it was another brand. But I said, again, do your research. If you guys have already started that PrEP stuff, please do your research. But this is the type of shit that they're putting you on, okay? Please, for the love of God, if you have never started PrEP, do not start it, okay? Leave it alone. And if you are on PrEP, please do your best to get the fuck away from that ASAP, okay? Because you are ruining your liver, you're ruining your kidneys, you're ruining your mental health, you're probably having trouble sleeping. Please leave that, okay? It's just not good. I think if you're trying to protect yourself from HIV, use condoms, practice celibacy, you know, ask for test results. Maybe if you're a bottom, remember, bottoming is the most risky type of situation that could lead to HIV. So maybe you should start topping, right? Or maybe just do oral. But you got to find other solutions other than relying on a medication that they are just been told to put out, because it is fucking y'all up. And you guys are really the guinea pigs, right? This PrEP thing is something that has been new. I want to say it's something that's been, I would say for at least the last 4 years. It could be maybe 5 or 6, but I would say for like at least the last 4 years, it's been a really big push for PrEP. And so we really haven't had enough time to see the long-term implications. So because of those symptoms that I just mentioned, like liver issues, kidney issues, and all the other issues, it's going to really take at least about, I would say 5 to 10 years, 15, even 20 years to kind of see the long-term implications. And so although maybe some of you, and you can leave your comments below, please let me know what your symptoms are below. Maybe you're fine. I don't know. But the long-term implications, we don't know yet, and it's going to come out eventually. And I would just hate for you all to be like the test dummies and then get to a point where your kidneys and your liver is shutting down, all because you were trying to protect yourself from HIV, but now you're having something else. Now you have something that's led to cancer or led to your death. It just does not make logical sense. And I'm telling you this because I care. This is no shade to anybody who is on it. This is just I'm just giving you a different perspective and a different outlook. I believe that, you know, for straight people, once straight people have certain risky situations, people tell them to pray about it. People tell them to, you know, seek help. They tell them to go celibate. They tell them to wait till marriage. I would hope that gay people can realize that you too can follow similar themes. You know, unfortunately, you all live in a world where there's all these hookup apps and other things where being gay is being pushed as some super sexual, super freaky type of situation. Don't let how the gays are being promoted, because they're targeting you intentionally, right? They want you to do ungodly things. They want you to not have control over your life. I'm making this video to tell you that whether you're gay or straight, you can gain control over your life and just practice celibacy or some type of discipline. You do not have to be like, oh, I'm gay and so I don't want to have self-control, so I'm just gonna fuck everybody. I'll just use my PrEP. Ha 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 ha. No, you don't have to do that. And then another problem that I need to point on or talk about is it's protecting you from HIV/AIDS. Cool, right? However, outside of those side effects, you're still putting yourself at risk if you're using unprotected sex using PrEP, because you're putting yourself at risk for catching, chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, syphilis, right? There's other things that you're still putting your life at risk on. And I just don't feel that it's worth catching those other things. Yeah, some of those things I just mentioned are curable, but damn, it's like if you let's say you catch chlamydia. Now, not only are you taking the PrEP, but now you're going to have to get a shot of whatever the hell they put in. I can't think of the name that they use for chlamydia, but like it's like pills and a shot that you may have to take, right? Or maybe if you get gonorrhea or whatever else, now not only are you taking Truvada, Descovy, or whatever PrEP medications you're taking the that too? Damn it, Sam it, right? Like at that point, you got to you know what? Fuck it. Let me delete these apps. Let me get my life together. Let me just go celibate. Let me wait till I get into a relationship. Y'all don't do relationships no more? Get into can y'all bring back monogamous? Can we give monogamous relationships to the gays? Right? Your first date, go get tested. Okay? That's date number 1. We going to the clinic, boo. Pack up your shit. Let's head down to the free clinic. We gonna get tested. Boom. We know our status now. Beautiful. Now, do you have a hookup app on your phone? Do you got a hookup? Delete that shit, bitch. Delete it. All right, beautiful. Do we want to commit to each other? Do we want to be monogamous? Do we have an agreement? Shake on it. Yeah, we do. Beautiful. Now, with that being said, if you want to raw dog it out and get freaky deaky deaky, do that with your new partner who you're monogamous with. And if you feel like you can't trust that person, end it and move on. But I just feel like relying on Truvada and Descovy is just a way of masking an addiction. That's just like if someone has a crack addiction or drug addiction and the people are like, listen, y'all, listen, all you druggies, we're going to just give you a pill to take every day just to ensure that when you're out here getting high as a kite, that at least at the bare minimum, you're not going to wake up with a hangover. Or we're just going to, this pill here, instead of you taking, drink, let's say if you're an alcoholic, we're going to give you this little pill here, and instead of you drinking 10 drinks in a day, it's going to help you drink 5 drinks in a day. So you're still an alcoholic, and you're taking medication. No, okay, that's kind of similar to here. It's just putting a little Band-Aid on the issue and not solving the deeper issue. The deeper issue is you have a sex addiction. And that is okay because they promote you to have a sex addiction. They say you should have hookup apps. You get a Twitter page and then you're following OnlyFans stars. You're seeing sex when you go to Twitter. You're following sexy people on Instagram. Everywhere you go is something or dealing with some type of sexual thing. So subconsciously, yes, you've been ingrained to be sexual. But you got to take a step back and desexualize yourself and realize that yes, even you can change your life around. So I am making this video to encourage you to get away from PrEP. And if you are putting your life at risk every day, to reevaluate that and make positive changes. I'm making this video because I believe in you. I hope you can believe in yourself too. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, right? I'm just someone who's very spiritual, very conscious, very bright. I do a lot of research on things. You don't have to take my advice, but you better do some damn research because the shit I'm looking at right here, the stuff I'm looking at, it's not pretty. But I know that you're going to make the best decision for you. So as long as you're doing what's best for you, who am I, right? Who the fuck am I? I'm just a guy in a room. I love y'all so much for watching this video. If you learned something and you enjoyed it, please like the video. And if you use PrEP or if you used to use PrEP, I actually do want to see I would like to get your feedback on how it was for you. Like maybe you didn't have any symptoms. Maybe you did and you agree with this video. Go ahead and leave those comments below so you can kind of share your story and help other people. I've never used it. Thank God I've never used it. So I don't really have personal experience from symptoms and stuff like that. I just I've heard people talk about it and I did some research obviously, but it would probably be more impactful if we heard from y'all. So leave those comments below. And please, like I said, share this with a friend. Maybe you know somebody who's using PrEP. Maybe you have a gay brother or whatever, send them this video, because the information in this video, I really hope it can save somebody's organs. You know, like, I don't think you guys realize, like, your liver function, your kidney function, your brain, like, that is nothing to play around with at all. Like, that's just not something that you take lightly, right? I can see if the side effect was just, oh, you know, maybe you get nauseous sometimes, or like maybe you'll get a headache once or twice a week. But no, a liver problem, your fucking kidneys, on top of like your diet, right? Could you imagine having a bad diet and you on this type of medication? Or if you drink all the time and you on this medication? That is fucking crazy. I talk too much, so I'm gonna leave now. I love you for watching. Peace.
It's just real talk, and I'm holding it down. The topics are real, and the topics are pure. It's just real talk, so dig deeper with me. Sit back, kick back, and just listen to